Alright, hey guys, today we are working on a 2005 Ford Mustang GT. This has the 4.6 liter V8, and I am actually going to change the fuel pressure sensor. So if you want to see where that's located, that is actually located here. As you can see here, this is the fuel pressure sensor that I'll be changing out. It's sitting right on top of the fuel rail, and really the purpose of this sensor is to let your fuel pump know at what pressure you're currently running in the system. Essentially, it's not essential, but it actually saves the life of your fuel pump, so that it's not running at 100% at all times. So it's a fairly simple fix. I just didn't see anything out there on YouTube on it currently for the Ford Mustang, so I'll be making this change this morning, guys. As you can see, I already removed the cover that sits on top of your intake manifold. So if you see, that's there on the table. I decided to go with the BWD fuel pressure sensor. This runs about 120 bucks, 105, something like that, depending on what kind of account you have set up with your local parts store. So we will get started, guys. I've already measured the bolts that are here. All I need there, or all you guys will need, is just a simple socket or wrench. It's actually 5/16. You'll see here, it should be a fairly quick fix. I don't think it'll take any more than 5 minutes or so. You just got a vent line here, 2 bolts, an electrical connector. We'll take this electrical connector off first. There is fuel that has a chance of coming out when I make this change, so I'm going to put a bunch of rags around here just to keep that fuel from going everywhere. The other thing I decided to do was to do this early in the morning while it's nice and cool. Again, just trying to be as safe as possible. Don't need any flash fires or anything like that, although I do have a fire extinguisher handy just in case. So we will get started. So again, the first thing I'm going to do is actually to remove that electrical connector. Don't need any sparks or anything while I'm working around this fuel. And you see, to take that electrical connector off, it took me 2 hands there. The only thing I had to do was depress the tab here and pull the electrical connector off. So I'm going to pull that off, get it out of the way. Let me grab a couple rags to put around here just to be on the safe side. I'll go ahead and remove that vent. Sorry, not a vent line. This is actually a vacuum line. I will get that out of the way. And let me grab a couple rags. Yeah, I'm not expecting a ton of fuel, but I do expect some to come out because this system is definitely still pressurized. So just want to try to keep that spillage to a minimum. And I'm probably going to move fairly quickly once I get this sensor off, so I'll have that next sensor ready to go. So as you can see here, I have the next sensor ready to go. I'm just going to sit that here up top for a second. And I will go ahead and remove that pressure sensor. So as you can see, it's not a ton of fuel that's going to come out of there, but again, just wanted to be on the safe side. See here, these parts match up fairly similarly. Not a big difference in the layout on these parts. Sorry, as you can see, pretty close. Go ahead and install this new sensor. You'll see there is a little O-ring there. Want to make sure that's seated. Don't need any fuel leaks. The other thing too, I wouldn't go too crazy with over tightening this sensor. This is a plastic frame on this sensor, or the body on this is plastic, so I don't want to go crazy there. And I'm sure there's a torque spec if I were to check my service manual. That's nice and snug. Again, didn't want to go too crazy there on over tightening. Get these rags out of the way. Let's hook our vacuum line back up. Vacuum line's hooked back up. We'll go ahead and put our electrical connector back. Just make sure that's nice and snug. We're good to go. And the last step would be, I was going to replace the cover, but what I'm actually going to do is go ahead and start the engine up. I've already, I didn't clear the code that I got through when the malfunction indicator lamp lit up on the car. So I'm going to leave that code in there for now. When I started, I'm actually going to go to live data and actually take a look and see what type of voltage versus pressure I'm getting, just to verify that this has been completely fixed, and then I'll go ahead and clear the codes. Thanks guys. Feel free to email me or send me a message if you have any questions. Thanks.